Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in Build a Boat for Treasure. The Halloween event is on for the year. Well, it's not really as much of an event as it is just an update that was scheduled way ahead of time. This is my new vehicle, and I want to show you all about it. But first I want to see if I can run to the treasure and explore those new stages. Well, again, they're not new, they're just, back in the game. I'm so stoked about the Halloween candy houses, the trick-or-treat houses. Those are awesome. I've got something planned for that coming soon, not today. I like that stage. It's fun because it's super easy. I can drive right through it. I do not like having it be so dark. There we go. That seems better. So these tank tracks are my first actual viable tank tracks. I've got another set, Rev 1 of these things. I'm hanging on to it just so I can show you in the video here in just a little bit. After that, probably going to delete it. Okay. Forgot to turn. Need to pay more attention to that. I know that this stage is there. I'm not sure about the other cauldron stage. That is, I think it has some green bubbles or something like that. I'm not sure if that's in the game or not. So the reason I've waited so long to do tank tracks is because tank tracks are inherently kind of wimpy. And you see right there that, yep, they broke. I've got ropes that are hanging on to them. There's no hinges and no springs on these tracks whatsoever. There's really nothing to actually hold them onto the track. I mean, to keep them aligned, other than the gears that hang on to them. So let me get back to the build area there and show you about those things. Okay, here it is again. So even though you did just see this thing kind of fall apart right before the lighthouse stage, it does have a lot of stuff going for it. It oftentimes does go ahead and make it all the way to the treasure. Even if the tracks have a catastrophic failure like you just witnessed, it's still got the thrusters and the jets for going forward. It does have a downward firing thruster right there, just to it's a backup to the backup, I guess. I can always tilt the thing and fire it. The ropes, these ropes just kind of help hold the tracks with the vehicle. I've been thinking about swapping those out for springs because the ropes really aren't doing anything. Reality is the gears, the cogs here, help keep things lined up. So there's a gold block in the piece that, let me see, I'm trying to find my tools here. So these wheels here, these are my hinges, and they of course survive a lot longer than a hinge would, but you can see that they're placed in a manner that is right where you would place the hinges, and there's one opposing it, and the block for that goes right here for each one of the wheels. I put a gold block right inside of each one of those, so you can see there's a gold block inside each one of these guys. That is the gear piece that meshes with these cogs here, or whatever you want to call them. So these teeth go right in between these things, and that's what propels it forward, and that's also what keeps it on track. I mentioned there's no hinges. There aren't any hinges. I actually just used the wheels for the hinge job, and I just set the wheel torque all the way to 0, and then if you look at the bindings, there's those wheels up here are not binded to anything. In fact, there's old wheels here too. Those old wheels right there and right there, those are just for grip. Now they have wheel torque turned all the way up, but they're also not binded to anything, so they're just sitting there acting as grip, and that's where I get all the grip from. The magnet mechanisms down here, I've done some testing with magnets recently. I did a whole build where I tested a whole bunch of different scenarios, putting this plastic block into different positions, closer, farther away, moving the rod, making it longer, making it shorter. Did all kinds of stuff with that. The results were interesting, but not terribly revealing as far as there's nothing. The only remarkable thing that I got out of it, the only thing I really learned from it, is the spacing between them is important. The closer you put them to each other, the more likely it is that one block will become disconnected. If you bump your vehicle, it can become disconnected from that magnet, and the magnet can latch on to a different block. Or that block can just flop around randomly and grab on and then let go, and it goes right back to the randomness of using a hinge for that instead of the rod. The rod is far better for this. I will say for sure, the rod is way better. So if you space these things about 10 studs apart, and I think these are actually probably just like 8 studs, just based on kind of the appearance of that. So I may have to actually rethink this, but I think 10 studs is about right for the spacing, and they're nice and safe that way. The backup plans that I have on here to keep the structure sound, to make sure that the gears themselves are not responsible for losing the track. These pistons here, there's 2 of them that push that way, and then inside here somewhere, here's the ones that push down. I've got those like tripled up, so there's a set up here, there's a set there, and there's a set down here underneath, and all of those things do the same thing. So there's 3 sets on each side that do the job of pushing these wheels apart when I drop the thing and actually put it into to driving mode. Speaking of that, let me go ahead and drop it. And to set it up, I flip the switch. I'm going to sit in the seat here, so maybe I can get a view. Let's see, I'll sit in this seat. There we go. I cut a couple of king chairs on there for passengers. And let's see, I'll turn that on. There you go. You can see it setting up. The way I drive it is with R and Y for forward. I just hold both keys at the same time, and then F and H go backwards. Now if I use them alternately, then I can turn that way or that way. And that's kind of neat. It's different. It's a different control method that I'm used to, and I'm starting to get used to it. It's not my favorite. I just as soon have like regular driving convention. So we'll see. I know there is a way to do it. In fact, check out, if you're a tank builder, check out my description for this video. I don't recall the guy's name right now, but I'll find it. There's a dude that I've ran into, YouTuber. I don't know if he's currently doing videos or not, but he is a tank builder, and he's done some really amazing tank videos. It's been years since I saw any of his stuff. No bad on him. I just don't build tanks. So this is my first kind of go at it. Oh, speaking of first, I want to show you Rev 1 of this thing. Hang on, check this out. Okay, so this is Rev 1. Look at this thing. Well, more like, look at the way it looks when it sets up. It's a different configuration, that's for sure. The cool thing about this one, it drives the same, controls the same, but if I turn it upside down on purpose and then go like this, I can make it spin like a top. It gets going on that point there, and it protects my head, so I can be upside down going in circles just for fun. I can actually drive it upside down too, I think. It's been a little while since I drove this one, but it tends to want to flip over if I teeter-totter it too much. But yeah, I don't know if I can get anywhere with it. Not really, I guess. It's a little different. Like I said, this is Rev 1 of my track, attempt. It falls apart way faster than that other one, but I just took this one, modified the heck out of it to get the other one going. So have a good one, everybody. See you in the game. Please like the video, check out my comments section, and leave a comment for me if you would. Bye.